Welcome to 7th chapter of this course Guide to Joomla. Today we will learn about the system management. I will break this chapter into 5 sections. First we will look into the redirects, then information, then update and user information permissions and how to install extension and manage them. So after login to administrator, go to system. Here you have manage, install, update, information. So under the information, there are three menus. The warning, if there is any system warning, it will be appeared here. Installation message, any messages regarding installation of Joomla or extension will appear here. You can hide them, archive them, or hide all the messages. And lastly, we have system information. In this page, we have system information about PHP, database, and web server, Joomla version, Joomla backward compatibility, user agent, including the browser. We have PHP setting set by server or php.ini. We have configuration file settings which can be modified from the global configuration on the home dashboard. Folder permission, all the folders in your Joomla website, we can check their status if those are writable or not writable. And lastly, we have PHP information used for your Joomla website. For Joomla 5, it is recommended to use the latest version of PHP. You can even download this information as text or as JSON. Next, we have update section in which there are three submenus. First one is the update about the Joomla version. Check if an update is available is shown here. We have default update channel. Through this channel, we can receive notification for all updates of current Joomla release. If I go to the options and change the update channel to Joomla next, it will also fetch the information about the next major version of Joomla. So I recommend to change it to Joomla next. Then we have extensions updates. It checks all the upcoming installation of a extension installation update that are third party and installed not by the Joomla and installed by third parties on your website. We have check for updates button which will check any update of that core Joomla extension. And lastly, we have update sites in which update sites about your third party installed extension can be modified. Next, we have system redirects. When by default we go to the redirects, it shows a message the redirect system plugin is disabled. It needs to be enabled for this component to work. This is a powerful feature of Joomla. When I click on the system redirect plugin, I have to enable it. Save and close. Refresh the page and system redirect plugin is enabled. Now basically what this component is doing, it will help you for search engine optimization related things. For example, you have submitted a page URL in Google for SEO, and their system comes and crawl your website, and in case your page is expired or does not exist on your website, the SEO of your website will be disturbed, affected. So using this redirect, we tells the visitor of website or to the crawlers that this link has been expired. Now you can use our new links. So I will, before using this redirect, I will go to the global configuration. I will set the SEO system engine friendly URL enabled. Yes. We have used URL rewriting. When I click on it to yes, it gives a little message here and tell me to rename htxs.text to .htxs. So I will go to the installation folder of Joomla and I will copy this htxs.text and rename it to .htxs in order our SEO SEF URL to be working. Then I will save and close it. Now back to the system and it redirects. Open the front end of Joomla website. Here we have a About Us menu. I have also created another About Us page in which URL was about. If I navigate and I have unpublished that menu item from the menu, you can see the alias is the about. This is the other copy of About Us menu, and alias to access this menu is about. For the working About Us page, alias for menu is About Us. Now as this menu is unpublished, let's say that was the first menu. After that it has been unpublished, it is considered as expired. Now if I have submitted this URL using these alias to search engine, then search engine will come to this page, and if I have not used the redirect URL, system Google search engine will consider this website uh, to be bad URL, to be using the bad URL, and this will affect on your SEO. So what I will do, come to the redirect, it automatically, once its plugin has been enabled, it automatically can collect the expired URL, and all the expired URL will be directed here. For example, I redirect to, I go to a link about one. As we know this page is not available on our website, so we have an error message. Now this redirect plugin has did a pretty good job. It automatically collected the wasted URL and display it in this list. Or alternatively, if I know that a page is expired, I can create the expired URL, new URL, and save and close. But first I will set the coming expired URL from front end. Make sure you have to insert the full URL including your website with the HTTP or HTTPS protocol. Now as this link has been expired, someone visited that, I will give a new URL with the working areas. I will make the status enable, save and close. Now in if the from front end the same URL is visited, it will take us to the working URL. So this is how redirect component of Joomla is working. Next we have user permissions. From the user menu we have groups and access level. In the groups we create different groups. By default Joomla has about 9 groups. You can also create more groups as you need. Then we have access level. After creating the groups, we can also create access level, which is used to allow the user to view any specific area or not. Then from any component that you build or Joomla have, we have that user permission. For example, in the article, if I go to the article, then in under the permission tabs, we have listed. We will see that it is listing all the user groups here, and for all the user groups, we have some actions and their settings. If we want to allow the public level user to delete article or not, and similarly we want them to edit or not, we can choose allow or deny or inherit setting from the global option setting of that article component. For each group we can choose their own setting. For example, for the manager we see that all three actions can be performed by the manager type users. For the register, for the author, for the editor, for the publisher, all the settings are different. And that is another powerful feature of Joomla called ACL. And lastly, we have installation of extension or managing them. Under the manage, we have extension, languages, content languages, language override, plugin, redirects, which I have just shown you, guided tours, schedule task, site and administrator modules. So under the extension management, this will list all the extensions which are installed on your website. In the filter option, we have status, location, and component extension type, including the component, file, language, library, module, package, plugin, and template. Their folders, package, and the extension type. From here, you can enable or disable extension or select individually or all the extension as many as you need, then can perform Different action including the enable, disable, refresh cache if it is enabled in your website, can uninstall them or go to the install extension which is not associated with the selection of this component list but will take to the installing new extension screen. From here you can go to the install extension or from the system. You can also navigate to install extension from the install my block. Here we have discover, which will allow us to discover any update or new extension, and we can also install the language. As I am not connected to net, therefore it cannot fetch all the languages list provided by the Joomla core. So from the install extension, there are four type of installation method available. First one is the upload package file. If you have downloaded any Joomla extension, you can use this installer and using mostly those files come into zip and can easily install from here. Or you can drag and drop that extension file here. Or you can install from the folder. For example, you have extracted that zip file. This needed in some cases when uploading on your Joomla server is not working. You can upload the zip from the cpanel of your Joomla, unzip then in any folder. I will recommend to unzip into temp folder of your Joomla website default folder, root folder. Then use the path of your Joomla website and check and install. Let us install a extension for Joomla. So I can either drag and drop into installer. It will start installing, and on successful installation, it will give the description message and a notification message of that installed Joomla extension. Now, if I go to manage extension and sort by RD descending, the listed install extension is here. I will uninstall it and will tell you other method to install from the folder. So I will copy it, go to the temp folder, paste here, right click and extract the files, copy the path of temp folder and paste here, check and install, and it did the same job. Or you can install from URL if you know the URL of your extension. Or lastly, you can directly install from the website of that extension. If I am connected to net, it will show the list of Joomla available in extensions, and you can choose any extension and install from there directly.